Hello everyone, it's Tanys from Total Lifestyle. I've had a few requests about doing some video on smudging. So smudging is, it's been used for centuries in terms of clearing energy. So what it does is it actually transmutes negative energy into positive energy. So fire has always transmuted energy. So it is a bit of an alchemical process for those of you that are into that. But it has some basic properties and uses. So as we get into using it, I'm going to show you a few of the products that people tend to use for this, and we'll get into sort of how it works and what it does. So first I'll do a demo, and maybe we'll go into talking about some of the other products that you can use. So the demo that I'm going to do today is actually going to be just with some loose sage. So it looks like this, right? And I'm going to use it in a little pot. This is a fire-safe pot, right? And we're going to just put some leaves right in there. Okay, I'm going to add a few more. I just put them in, and then we're going to light them, but we're not going to let them stay as a flame. We're actually going to sort of blow it out so that it's just smoking. Okay, so we'll just do this. You can see me there. All right, and you'll see that the smoke will start to come up, and it's going to actually, there we go. You see how it's all like sort of cloud-like? If you watch it in a moment, it'll start to go up in a stream. And as it goes up in a stream, it means that it's actually clearing the energy. So when it starts off and it's really cloudy and it's like kind of going all over the place, it's actually hitting the dense negative energy that's in the air. As we clear that, it starts to go up into a ribbon. And you'll see it start to do that now. It's starting to clear. Takes a minute. Yeah, it's more of a ribbon. I've got a lot of computer stuff here, and so that creates the EMF in the air, so it's creating that it's creating the dense energy that it's hitting. So that's why we're taking a minute. Okay. There, you can see that now. It's a nice little ribbon that's coming up. Can you see that? Maybe I'll put it against my shirt there so you can see. There we go. Okay, so that's what you want it to look like when you're actually going to smudge your room, right? So when you go room to room in your home, for instance, you'll take it and you want to make sure that you're getting right into the corners of the rooms, because the dense energy tends to get caught in those corners. And sometimes, you know, traditionally you might want to use like a feather, or this is like a smudging feather, so there's more than one bound together. And so you would take it and you would just waft it into the corners of your room. Okay, making sure that you're getting into the closets and stuff like that as well. Make sure always to have your windows open, and you know, the front door open. You want to, traditionally you want to go like clockwise in your room to release stuff. That's just the metaphysical properties of it. And as you're doing this clockwise motion, you'll be clearing the room. Okay, so that would be traditionally how it's done. There are different tools that you can use. So for me, I like this because it is fireproof and I can just put the lid on it at the end and it stops it. So for me, that's my preference, but different people have different preferences. There's also different products that you can use. So that particular one is white sage, and it's loose white sage. Okay, often comes in like little pouches like this one. You can also get them in smudge sticks. So this would be like a typical white sage smudge stick. There you go. That's a little one. And they come into even large ones like this. Okay, so there's quite a difference in variety of those. You can also get smudge sticks if you want something that's a little bit more protective, or there's a lot of emotion around as well. You might want to use something that's mixed with like a cedar. So this one here is a cedar smudge stick. Okay, has different properties again, so than sage. Sage is one of the best ones to use in North America. There are some others that you use in different parts of the world that certainly are more effective in different parts of the world, because as we go around, of course, the energy is different depending on where you're living. So this one here, This is moxa, and it's actually like, just take out a little bit here and show you. I think I'll switch screens for this, just so that you can see it really well. Okay, so one moment here. So you can see here, it's like this little, it's like a little herb. Okay, this is actually, I usually end up, if there's in cold season, for instance, when I'm doing my practice, and I've had clients that have come in and they've been sort of sniffy or whatever, I put in moxa into my sage mix. And I do that because moxa is actually used in the traditional Chinese medicine operating rooms, because it has antiviral and antibacterial properties to it. So it's a nice thing to put in there when there's a lot of stuff. And it's something you might want to look for, certainly in these times as we go through the COVID stuff. Okay, and the last one here is, I'll show you this one. So this is actually Palo Santos. It smells amazing. We tend not to use this as much in North America. And we also, you know, it's certainly more preferable to use the sage and stuff than Palo Santos, because Palo Santos, of course, you're having to cut down the trees. And so environmental wise, these are better. These are pretty heavy duty cleaners though, so if you're really having an issue, you might want to try a stick. But again, for your everyday use, I would stick to something like the white sage. Desert sage is another option when it comes to sage in terms of clearing your space. Now, once you've done that, you may want to use something like this, which is black tourmaline. Okay, so around your desk, you might want to have a big chunk of black tourmaline around in order to keep the EMF, which is negative energy, to a minimum. They tend to absorb that, so they do need some clearing. So when you're clearing crystals, another thing that you can do with smudge is to actually run the crystals through the smoke to clear that out. So that's just another little tip. Okay, so that's called black tourmaline. You get a nice little piece like that, and it helps you to keep your area around your desk nice and clear. So that's my little spiel about clearing and using smudge and sage to clear your space. And certainly if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at Twila Lifestyle Community. And also we do sell smudging products and stuff. The ones that you saw here, we do sell those. The only one I don't sell is the moxa. It's a little bit harder to get, but all the others we do have stock available if you're looking for that kind of thing. And I also sell the little pots too. So if you're looking for that, we do have those supplies, or if you just want to reach out and say hi, or you have questions regarding this kind of thing, please feel free. Thanks for watching.